Dale Earnhardt Jr. retired from full-time NASCAR Cup Series racing after the 2017 season. Since then, he's participated in a one-off Xfinity Series race each year. He will continue that trend this year and is adding a second event to his calendar. Interestingly, there could be even more races, but the two-time Daytona 500 winner recently revealed on his podcast that a single decision by the sanctioning body in 2017 that fans have complained about for years is preventing it from happening. When Dale Earnhardt Jr. called it quits after the 2017 season, fans of the sport's most popular driver were understandably disappointed not to have a chance to see their favorite driver compete on a weekly basis. Fortunately, those fans haven't gone through complete withdrawal, as Jr. has returned to compete once a year in the Xfinity Series, and he's done so with success. His first venture into post-retirement racing came in 2018 when he secured a fourth-place finish at Richmond. He posted another solid result a year later, earning fifth at Darlington, and followed it up with another fifth place at Homestead in 2020. In the last couple of years, the NASCAR Hall of Famer has seen a slight drop in performance, finishing 14th at Richmond and 11th at Martinsville, respectively. Earnhardt announced in January that for the first time since 2017, he will compete in multiple National Series events. As of now, the only confirmed race is scheduled for Bristol in September. The additional race is notable because it's a trend for the 48-year-old, who has found himself behind the wheel on a much more frequent basis lately. He raced the late model stock at Florence Speedway in November for the first time since the mid-1990s. He did it again last month, competing in the Icebreaker on the same track. This summer, he plans on running a late model at North Wilkesboro as a part of the Cars Tour, which he was recently announced as a new co-owner with Jeff Burton, Justin Marks, and Kevin Harvick. That race is part of a week's worth of activities at the historic track, which has been renovated due largely to Earnhardt's efforts and will be hosting the Cup Series All-Star race. Recently, on his weekly Dale Jr. download, a fan asked if Earnhardt would be interested in running in the All-Star race. He quickly shot down the idea, but then made a surprising statement about his interest in racing more NASCAR National Series events and the one reason why it hasn't happened.
I don't know that I've had an invite to do it. I'm not going to run in it. I am, I'm going to run our late model stock car on Wednesday. The Cars Tour race will be there on Wednesday. There's a super late model race on Tuesday, I believe, a pro late model, and a Cars Tour pro and a Cars Tour late model stock race on Wednesday. So two races that day. The trucks, I would be interested. You know what? I'll tell you this. If the trucks didn't have stages, I would run that race. I'd have already ran at Martinsville if the trucks didn't have stages. But the stages at Martinsville in the truck race, what are they, 40 laps? They beat the out of each other. They run over each other and dump each other in every corner. And the stages confine them to being all over the top of each other. You can't get away from each other. The races and the stages and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I probably would run the truck race if I, knew I was going to get a good long run, wear some tires out, sliding around, chance to really put some distance on some people or whatever, right? So that kind of is a turnoff for me, is stages at short races that are already short, the trucks, the Xfinity, and stages at short tracks. It just, to me, none of that works.
Fans have complained about stage racing since NASCAR instituted the format change in 2017. They argue it takes away from the authenticity of a race that can sometimes get strung out, but rightfully point out how that's all a natural part of the sport. Junior's remarks will only strengthen that opposition. Unfortunately, it won't make a difference, and in the end, fans are the ones that get cheated out of seeing the former driver and the sport's biggest ambassador from doing what he loves and making a few more lasting memories in the process.